Recently, I hosted a 3-day event in my private group, the Abundant Soul Social Club. And this event was called Money Momentum. It was all about creating momentum in your cash flow and in your finances and your life and busting through the blocks that you have, anchoring into your power so that you can welcome more of the cash money into your life. Each day was a different topic, but they all build on each other, hence the momentum. So I'm sharing them with you guys in the podcast here. In these episodes, you will hear me refer to my program, Big Money Vibes. This program, I believe in this program 100% into the core of my heart and soul. It is so transformational. It creates such space in your finances to receive with ease, to become a person that doesn't just receive like $5 or $10 here and there, but thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into your bank account, into your business. You can start to get raises at work, start to get random like cash money explosions that start being sent to you left, right, and center. This is what happened in the first round, and this is destined to happen in every round coming forward. So if this is something that you're interested in, unfucking your finances completely and starting to align and move to the next level fast as fuck, this is what I help my clients do. This is what I'm so good at. This is what I love to talk about, I love to do, and what I'm bringing to you in Big Money Vibes. Reach out to me. You can still get in the program. We are doing live calls each and every week, and this is going to be so transformational. Imagine your life and how great it can be if you join this program, and by June, you'll be a cash money magnet. So reach out to me, hit the link in the bio, and otherwise, enjoy these episodes. This is going to be some really great info coming at you, and get in the vibes, have it in the background of your life. You will start to notice yourself shifting day by day by day. It's just a magical experience. So I love you guys. Thanks for hitting play today. And here's the episodes. Are you ready for this? Let's do it. Welcome to the Manifestation Queen podcast, your filter-free and uncensored source for all things manifestation. I'm Cassie MacKenzie, and I'm a manifestation expert. I'm here to raise your vibes and your cash flow. Listen, I've manifested everything from a beer, a 6-figure salary, my husband, and homes, and more. And I am spilling everything I can on this podcast so you can learn how you can do the same. The more fun I have, the more manifestations appear, and the more money I make. So it's my obsession to show you how you can be, do, and have anything you want. So join the movement to raise your income and your impact on this world. Become a manifestation queen and create a life that feels like a vacation. Let's do the damn thing. Hello, everybody. What's going on? Okay. And if you're new to my world, I'm Cassie MacKenzie. I am a intuitive abundance coach or mentor and wealth embodiment coach, and I freaking love talking about money. So I also have, hi Myra, how are you? Oh my God, I'm so excited that you're here. If you guys are new to my world, then you might not know. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. My 3-year-old is currently obsessed with 5-year-old is currently obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean. So a lot of times things that are in my office and on my desk disappear because my 3-year-old is obsessed with makeup and all of that jazz, which I had to actually go dig it out of her toy box when I went to come do this. So fun times, right? All right, so I am so excited that you guys are here. This is going to be so much fun and really, really good. I have a lot of like really high level stuff planned for you guys. And like, I'm so excited that you're here because the importance of doing this work is like, it cannot be like stated enough. So you taking the time out to work on your money mindset, work on your wealth consciousness, like do what you can now to build wealth and money in the future, and also learn what it takes to manifest bigger and bigger and greater amounts of money. I usually work with entrepreneurs, but you know, you can literally be and do and have anything. You don't have to have like your own business in order to apply the concepts that I'm going to teach you, because this is going to help you not only just with money, but in like a lot of different areas of life, because the concepts all work the same. At least that's what I found in my life and in my clients. And over again, it works the same way. So if you, during these next 3 days, you might hear things that you feel like you've heard before. But I want you to take it all in from like a brand new fresh slate, all right? I want you to suspend what you think you know, and be open to new ways of things coming to you so that you can start to internalize it even more and, create some quick change, okay? Because everything you say and you think and you do and you feel and you embody builds in, and it creates momentum. It all adds up. But here's the thing. It all adds up in one direction, like maybe the direction look at this. That all adds up too. I've got freaking pen ink all over me. Okay. It all adds up in one direction, maybe the direction you actually want to go, or it's adding up and diving deeper and deeper into like a direction maybe you don't want to be in or you don't want to stay in. So drop me a heart if this resonates for you. And tell me currently, what is your goal with money? What is it that you are looking to accomplish by participating in this 3-day series? I want to hear. And if you're, oh, I see Angie's made it. Woohoo! If you, in my live streams, I like to be like super interactive. So I've got all the time in the world and I will wait for your answers. Hey Gina, what's going on? I'm so excited. Angie, there you are. I saw your little bubble first before seeing you. Saying hi. So let me know what's your goal. An additional 1 to 5K. Ooh, that's so doable. It's so good. I love it. And oh my God, I have a couple fun announcements to make towards the end. But if you guys were in my world a couple years ago, manifesting money for a camper. Yeah. Well, Angie's going to be in the next round of Big Money Vibes, which starts on Monday. It was supposed to start today. And happy birthday, Angie, by the way. I know, Angie, it's your birthday. You got the shakes. It was supposed to start today, but we ended up having some construction being done at my house. So I wasn't really sure what the timeline was going to be there. So I was like, okay, it was a little unruly at the house, a little nuts here. I mean, it was just like fucking chaos like every day for about 2 weeks. And so I was like, let me just push back the opening of the Big Money Vibes program. So that's actually going to be starting next Monday. Angie was in the last round. It created some amazing results. And I'm so excited for this one. It's like my favorite thing. It's going to be like my signature program. It completely rewrites everything. Like Diana, you say you want to release mental blocks to manifesting more. Like this is what does it. This program actually does it. Like it is 100%. I love it, love it, love it. But Angie, happy 29th birthday. Mwah. Love you. Okay. So here is the thing. The thing about money and about all the things that you desire is that they're all connected to the amount of power that you hold within yourself. And when I say that, I don't mean like you've got to be some kind of crazy politician in order to like be able to become wealthy. Like I need the power of like 1,000 steeds behind me. No, I don't mean that at all. What I mean is this is your personal power. It's like how you show up in the world, how you get through the storms, how you handle things that come up. It's got a lot to do with emotional intelligence, but it also has a lot to do with how much you trust yourself, how much you act from power, how much boundaries you have, and money is 100% connected to that. So for the longest time, I didn't really realize to what extent that no one can actually like give or take away your power except for you. And this is a lesson that I keep learning. It seems like every day. And this has shown up for me in work relationships in the past. It's shown up in, my bank account, my relationship with my husband before, not anymore, but also actually people that I've known in this industry. And I actually recently went through and kicked out a few people who had been negatively impacting, I've been basically like fully giving my power away. and having zero boundaries at all. And I really believe that it's connected to how much you're able to bring great people into your world, bring those fuck yes clients you want to work with, bring people who are coming in wanting to pay in full, people who want to work with you so much that they're like so excited. They literally message you, fuck yes, this is exactly what I need. I'm ready to sign up like right now. There's no like waffling at all. And whenever they want to make something happen, they do. And this is what, you attract more people that are in their power when you are in your power more often, and you're not just freely giving it away to circumstances or, checking in to see how much income you've made so far, like every single month. And then you're leaking energy and leaking power into that instead of giving energy and giving power to the things that you do best, right? And to yourself. So really in this series, so what I'm going to teach you is how momentum works and adds up and adds up and adds up so that you create and manifest more and more money into your life and into your business if that's what you want, but also, how to really get connected to desires and feel good about them and feel so good about them that you start to bring them to you easily and with very little effort at all, because it shouldn't really connect with any amount of effort. For me, like the easiest, like the most money that I've ever made has always come in the easiest way possible. And when I've tried so hard to do things and I've come from this energy of like, I have to, or I need to, or I should be doing this, like it never fucking works. But when I'm doing things that from pleasure and from like, ooh, I want to do this, like this is so exciting for me, I absolutely love it. Like this 3-day series, there is like a natural give and take, if that makes sense, okay? So really when you go back to the fact that like these next level results that you want, so here, let me read what Myra said. Honestly, I want to have enough money in my account to buy soda without worrying if I need those $2 tomorrow, but $30K before the end of the year is what I want to have. Cool. So is that 30,000 like per month or 30,000 that you want to bring in between now and the end of the year? Yeah. So yeah, you've got to feel worthy. If you don't feel worthy for the $2, then you want to feel worthy for the $50 too. I mean, and the 30,000, right? So we're going to cover all that for sure. Because today what we're working on is how to connect like really, really powerfully with the energy of your desire. Because each and every one of you, okay, cool, from now to the end of the year. Perfect. So like each and every one of you, if you're here, then there's something in your life that you want, right? And like I heard it said by one of the coaches that I work with, and she says, oh God, what the fuck did she say? Wait, what is it? Life always has a way. Sorry, I'm a little okay. Life always has a way of causing you to want more, okay? And what she means by this is, especially if you're a high achieving person, which I am, but even you don't even have to be a high achieving person. You just have to be a person who wants more out of life. As you start to achieve higher and higher, levels of your desires and allow yourself and truly get down to it and allow and say, God, I allow myself to want this, right? You start living more from like a need-based energy to a want-based energy. And that's kind of like what we're going to cover today. So here the thing is like the power all comes from you choosing and you deciding and choosing what it is that you want and admitting to yourself that you actually want more. And when you admit to yourself that you want more, you start to work more in the energy of abundance as opposed to lack. Because when you look at planting these seeds of desire, right, and starting to connect with the energy of what you truly desire, you start to notice that there's things that you need, right? Like you obviously, because I hear this a lot from people when I first start working. Well, I've got my rent and I've got my bills and I've got this and that I need to pay. Like I need money because I need to pay this, right? But then what happens is you come from this needy energy where you start to just make enough just to get by. And drop me a 1 in the comments if you are available for overflow, which means more and more than like even more than you could spend after you pay all your bills, right? So like more money than you can even dream of spending in a month, right? because it's all about you showing up like super powerfully. So Angie says one. I know I'm looking at the comments here because they're like faster on my computer. So I'm not looking away from you. I'm looking at the comments. Let me move this closer. Maybe that'll help. You can see my manufactured palm trees in the back. I live at the beach, so I've got palm trees in the backyard, but okay. But here's a photo of them just in the meantime. Okay, so going back, you getting those next level results, you starting to live in overflow is going to come from you showing up as a next level human, okay? So a lot of times what happens is we do enough to get by. We do enough to get like what we actually need. Yeah, Kimberly's always available for overflow. I love it. We do like just enough to cover what we need. And then in a lot of ways, you don't even allow yourself to want things, right? And when you start to think about like higher and higher levels of income, like in this industry, in the coaching industry, there's people making, you know, 50, 60, 70, 100, $200,000 a month. So like for a lot of us, even when you get up to like the 20,000 and 30,000 a month range, you start to get out of like the, oh, that's what I need to just pay my, you know, rent or my mortgage or my car payment and my insurance. And you get into this realm of more money than you could ever think of spending, right? So you get out of like, oh, this is like, you have the energy behind it to manifest it because you need it just to live, and you need a little bit bigger of a reason, right? Or a different type of reason and a different type of energy to bring all of that money in. You see what I'm saying? So you have to, because it's like not logical to actually need. Nobody needs like $20,000 or $30,000 every month, right? Like the average person doesn't, like, right? But that's where you're starting to get into want. You're starting to get into that energy of desire, where like you actually desire to have that much, because then maybe you can go on more experiences, right? You can take your kids to go travel around the world. You can go to Disney whenever you want to. You can buy a house closer to the beach if you want to live there. Rent one, you know, at the beach while you live in a good school system if you have kids. If you don't have kids, shit, maybe you just want to get a nicer car, or you want to go on like dream vacations. Like everybody's got, yeah, riding on the zero fucks highway, right? Angie wants to buy her camper, and you know, maybe you want land where you can build your retreat space, right? So when you start to really get closer to your desires and really intimate with what is it that you actually want, what is life calling you to actually want, because your desires are put into your head for a reason. Like God did not put your desires in your head of like, oh, well, I want more. I want a nicer car. I want a better job. I want better clients. I want like, you know, higher quality clients that pay more or whatever. You know what I mean? And then just for you to not be able to like be worthy of it, right? Like nobody stamped you on the forehead and said, well, you're the only one. Sorry, you're shit out of luck. And so when you were born, you're the only one that like, sorry, you don't qualify for that. You know, like that's bullshit. That doesn't happen. We are the ones that put that in our heads, or other people from when we're growing up. And then that's what we accept. So being a powerful human and leading yourself in your own life and being like the trailblazer in your own life, calling the shots, that is the vibe. That's the vibe of truly being the one to say, no, this is what I desire and this is coming to me. This is happening and I decide it, and you know, that's it. So what happens though is that because of like your conditioning and like Diana said, let me go back how she phrased it. Diana said, releasing mental blocks to manifesting more. So these mental blocks that you have come from these ideas that you've picked up your whole life, right? And a lot of people refer to this as the shadow consciousness. And in the Big Money Vibes program, I actually have a full module on all of the shadow pillars, and you start to have a lot of like big aha moments of like, oh shit, that's why I do this, or oh my God. Like for me, I was like, oh, I'm not at all this one pillar. Like, no way am I that. And then I started to get really fucking real with myself, and I was like, actually, that's a really big one for me. And it's opened up like a whole new level of not just abundance, but like ease for my life and ease for my business, and opened up so much because it's like shined a light onto why I've done things historically, right? Or why I haven't been in my power. Because if you look at these shadow consciousness, really it's just basically the parts of us that are there and that are always going to be there, and they're the ones that keep us from really going for what we want and taking us out of our power. So if you know that they're there, then you're going to know that there's a pattern there, and you get your power back because you're like, oh fuck, I'm doing that thing again. And instead of, creating that same result, I'm just going to shift and think this instead. And you start to rewrite and repattern yourself and you literally rewire your mind to think in a different way when it hits up against the same, like if you're on the zero fucks highway that we call it, between you and your goal, there's imagine a fork in the road. And if you typically go left, then the rewiring is teaching you to go right. So that eventually you don't even want to go left anymore, because when you go right, you get to your destination faster. Does that make sense? Drop me some hearts. So when you're able to really steer yourself and lead yourself and show yourself your own way, right? Show yourself the way, then that's when you're starting to really act and be in your power. And that is what creates miracles in your life. And that's what starts to collapse time. That's what starts to really shift you into being a completely different human and a completely different person, because you start reacting or responding instead of reacting. Okay. And then in the Big Money Vibes program, we go into the collapsing time and stacking emotions, and how, a lot of the patterns around how we respond or react that might not be so helpful. And so, because really your power is your currency. Okay. And a lot of times when you have power leaks, and when you're dropping out of your power or starting to compare yourself, or maybe saying, okay, I wanted $30,000 by the end of the year, and it is now October and I don't have any more. I think I made $5 and there's this much time left. I don't see how that could actually happen for me. So, how could that possibly happen, right? The truth is, time is just a human construct, right? You could literally get $30,000 in a scratch-off ticket after this live stream. So time has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's all about alignment and being open and willing and ready for everything to start coming to you, and to have the open channels for it to start coming to you. And that's a lot of the work that we do, right? That's what I do with my clients. That's what I do in the mastermind. That's what we do in Big Money Vibes. That's what we do in my live streams. Even if you're watching any of my live streams, I'm always teaching you some new way on how to do this. But a lot of times what happens is we start getting fixated on where you currently are versus where you want to go. And when you start getting fixated on where you currently are, you start forgetting to plug in every single electronic device while you're in the middle of a live stream that you've had planned for a week. Do you see how this goes? Let me plug this bad boy in. Hold on. Because I have 10% battery. Boop, boop. Okay. There we go. So where was I? I have some. Oh yeah. So you get really stuck in your feelings emotionally, or you start to feel bad about not making it, or you start to feel obsessed with where you currently are in regard to where your goal is, which literally has nothing to do with it at all. Really what happens is, and like Angie said, she received results like none other that she ever expected. Angie, I'm sure you're excited about next week when we start, right? When we start this again. But the truth is, you are building momentum all the time. You're building momentum in the thoughts that you're thinking, right? The thoughts that you're allowing yourself to think. You're building momentum in the feelings that you have when you start looking at your bank account, or you start looking at even other people. For me, in the early stages, it was me comparing myself to other people for no fucking reason. I didn't know what the hell they were doing. I didn't know what the hell they were thinking. I mean, they're dealing with their own little demons, right? And so who am I to watch an Insta story and start feeling like shit about myself, right? That. Why do we do the things we do? But we do them, and it all comes in noticing that you're doing it, right? And creating momentum in the other direction. Your desires have a vibration that's up here. And when you're thinking the low level thoughts, or you're kind of aligning with these comparative thoughts, or can I do it, or doubting that you can do it, or feeling insecure about making it happen or allowing it to happen, or whether you're worthy of it, then each one of those is like chipping away at the chances of making it happen in a miracle, okay? So you're building momentum all the time, especially with your thoughts about money. So drop me a 1 if you are following really well. And also, I have a question for you. So I have a couple of questions. Like I said, it's going to be interactive because I talk a lot and I end up having to drink a lot on these live streams. So when you think, all right, now we're going to go into like desire and the needs versus the wants, okay? So cool, 111. I love. Look at that. You guys are making like 1111 all over the place. All of these fun angel numbers. Okay. When you think about your current situation, so think about the current money situation that you're in right now. Do you think more about like the bills and the things that you currently have, or do you start thinking about like what experience that you wish to have? Okay, tell me which one you typically fall back into or go to, what the pattern is. So the question is, do you think more about like when you're in your current situation, do you think more about like the bills and the things that you currently have to pay for, or do you start to like go into what you want to experience or have? So Myra says a mix of both, but I fall way back into the bills. Yeah, very common. Yes, absolutely. I'll wait for anybody else want to respond. Okay, because I'll wait a couple of seconds. Both. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love how the honesty. I love it. I love it. Okay, because yeah, like if you're here watching this, then chances are that you want more out of life, right? Like chances are you want to be thinking more about what's possible than what's currently there, right? Or you're wanting to take more action as opposed to feeling fear about whether it's the right thing or not, right? And you want to be connecting more with your desires than looking at like what you need. I know that was the case for me. And I was like, holy shit, this sucks. Oh my God. Because let me think, like last year, like middle of the year, actually, wait a minute. I think it was like this weekend last year, my husband got laid off. And I was like, holy crap, what are we going to do? You know, like, I mean, I had a business that was doing well, but I was like, oh my God, no pressure on me, right? And, oh, Angie says, I always go back to what I need, but I'm learning to turn around more quickly. See? Yes, the quick shifts. Okay. So chances are you want to experience more. I mean, you're human, right? And you're here, you're in this group. You wouldn't join a group about manifestation, right? If you didn't want to actually experience more out of life. I mean, am I right here? I'm just thinking logically, which only gets me in trouble like half the time, but. All right. So, and then, yeah, because like a lot of times I see there's like two types of people usually. So there's people who will do anything to make it happen, right? Like when they're thinking about the needs and they're thinking about their wants, they start to lump their needs into wants. Like it just becomes a non-negotiable, that it's just non-negotiable. They're going to be always able to pay their bills. They're always going to be able to pay their rent, like whatever. Like that's always going to happen whether they live in this house or that house. It's just a standard. And it all becomes like something that they want to do, right? Like I only have availability for our mortgage being fully, paid off every month. At both of the houses, and I'm only available for that, right? And so that becomes like a want to me, because then on top of that, I also want to take my kids on a vacation every month. I always want to have like our house clean and want to do the renovations here, right? They're not needs, they become wants. But when you start to get the energy of the desire and like, ooh, like it all feeling good as opposed to like an obligation, like I had to like completely start to rearrange my relationship with obligation, even as it like up into the last few months. Because I started to notice myself doing things because I was afraid that I would like piss somebody off if I didn't do it, or I was even afraid, like at newer and higher levels, I start to realize how much like I have to loosen up on the crimpage of my own desires, right? And become like more and more honest and truthful with myself about what I actually want. And this all goes into like, what is it that you want? Not necessarily what other people want for you or what you think you're supposed to want, but what you truly want. What truly gets that like, fuck yes in your body that you're like, oh my God, oh, it's like the first time I saw Leonardo DiCaprio in the Titanic and I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. Like, that's the energy of desire, right? The pleasure, the sexiness, the like, holy fuck, this would be so cool, you know? As opposed to like, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be kind of cool. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know how it's gonna happen, right? Pam can relate to the obligation. Yeah. So starting to like move back and start to say, am I doing this because I feel like I have to? Am I wanting this because I feel like I have to? Or am I responding to these people out of obligation? That's a power leak, right? So every time we do that, we're taking away power from ourselves, which means you're taking away abundance from yourself too, right? Because you have to be the biggest, baddest bitch out there. And to do that, you've got to be fully in your power, right? So Angie says, I always go back to what I need, but I have been able to have my wants now. I'm just like rereading the same thing. And then, yeah, and go Angie, it's your birthday. You better get like a whole bunch of wants today. So plant those seeds of desire, baby. All right. So there's two kinds of people where, you know, you'll do anything to make it happen. And then there's the other ones who are like, they're just hoping the situation changes, often second guessing whether their like decisions are right, taking a long time to make decisions, like following the fear. And you know, like you feel the fuck yes in your body and then you're like, but I don't see how it could happen. I don't see how it could work. I don't know what, you know what I mean? And the how's not really your job. Like when you start to think of the how, you're starting to get back into those power leaks again. The how, or like, where's it going to come from? Who's it going to be? Like, who's the next client? Like, what kind of thing do I do? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like all those things are not connected to what your soul aligned desire is. And it's a big fucking power leak. And when you've got when you're leaking, it's just like having a bucket that's got a giant hole in it, right? My husband tried to take one of these with us to the beach yesterday, and I was like, do you understand how pissed Stella's gonna be when she goes to get her water, and by the time she gets back, there's no water in the bucket? Like, that's not gonna work out so well. Let's just leave this one at home, right? So when and this works the same way. If you have like this amount of power up here, then but you've got like a big ass hole at the bottom of your bucket, then as you're moving towards your goal, you're literally leaking everything all over the place. So there's no wonder why you're not actually reaching it. And this goes back to those subconscious, like shadowy types of parts of us that maybe you're not aware of, like exactly where it happens, or maybe you haven't exactly paid attention to the thought that leads to you kind of backing off and second guessing yourself and being like, I don't know, is this the right decision? I really don't know if I'm meant to do this. And God, it felt really good. It sounded really good. It makes me really excited, but logically it doesn't make any sense, you know? And that is a big fat power leak there too. Oh, hey, Amber, the party's here. So Myra says, that's me. Oh my, me to the T. Yeah. Pam, I always revert back to not seeing how it'll happen. Yeah. And so wondering how it's going to happen or where it's going to come from or what, you know, who it's going to come from or when, that literally takes away all of the power from your desire and makes it like a big limp noodle, you know? And so there's no way to actually bring what it is that you want to you if you don't have the power to magnetize it to you. And you do that by becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger, badder bitch, right? Not a bitch and like, oh my God, she's such a bitch, but like a badass bitch, right? So yeah, releasing the fucking hows. Exactly. But I do want to say also, like, this is something that we all work on, right? Like, everybody, especially like when you're in that middle part where you've decided you wanted something and then it hasn't come yet, and you're like, well, where is it? You know, why is it taking so long? All of these questions are causing it to stay further and further away from you, though, because you're giving power away to something else. You're not able to see the opportunities coming to you. You're not able to see the great next like inspired steps because your mind is too busy trying to like control everything and take over the whole process, right? So this is why you've got to start to like build a momentum and towards that experience of overflow, starting to get your energy behind and your power behind what it is that you want. Okay, what I want you to do too is answer this. Do you know what it feels like in your body when you desire something? Like, can you, maybe you can name it or tell me what it feels like. Like, are you connected to what that feels like? Because that's a big thing too. And you can put it in the comments and let me know. Because like I said earlier, there's all this thing about like things we need versus things we want. The just enough to get by or the overflow. And if you know, hell yes, I love Diana. You're so awesome. You know, when was the last time you let yourself like slow down and actually feel it? Because if you've been living in this like survival mode of need and need all the time, and you haven't slowed down to actually see, ooh, like, what do I actually want? Ooh, wouldn't it be cool? Like, what does it feel like? You know, like, oh my gosh, ooh, that'd be neat. You know, like if you haven't slowed down and connected with what it might actually feel like to have that desire in you and know what that energy feels like in you, it like lights you ass on fire, like seriously. And so that's the magnetizing energy. That's what increases your aura, right? You're not slow how, oh no, Myra, why not? Why are you not sure how to slow down? If you did know how to slow down, then what would that look like? Let me know. I feel excited. Oh yeah, Kimberly feels excited. I love it. There's a deep determination and you just know that you know you're worthy. I get it. I get a get out of my way mode that kicks in. Yeah. Allow the universe, oh motherfucker. Allow the universe to do all the heavy lifting there, right? Like your job is to decide what you want and hold that energy. Like to hold the energy, just slow down and allow yourself like to really connect with what it is that you want and feel that energy in you and to hold it for as long as you possibly can. Ooh, I feel excited and ready. Ooh, I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Yes. So all of this is like, this is it. This is it. This is step one. That's why I wanted to start with this today, because this is really what builds that momentum. This energy is what will fuel you. It's what's going to connect you with the energy of like what you want versus like what you need. You know what I mean? Like when I think of like, okay, on the surface, the thought of a savings account is boring as hell. You know, like I've been hearing about savings accounts since I was in 3rd grade and had to write like a fake check to, I think it was like, we went on a field trip to QVC down here, of all places to take kids, like, and then we all become shoppers, right? Anyway, so they took us there and we had to like learn how to write a check. And that's like the first experience that I remember hearing about savings accounts. So they're kind of like boring as hell. But when I think of having like multiple 6 figures in my savings account, suddenly there are tingly parts all over me, if you want to know. So I'm like, ooh, that would be really fucking cool. Like, so awesome. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm available for that. Like, how cool would that be? I would give hearts all over the place, right? So you've got to let yourself slow down and feel it to get connected, okay? Get connected. And, you know, because what I was doing before, it's kind of like, all right, I was rushing around so much. I was trying to do all the things, like do everything right for my business, like trying to be a perfectionist, trying to do it all, being like a mom to my 2 kids, having like a good relationship with my husband, trying to keep the house clean, running around. But then I would like stop and like when clients would sign on with me, I'd be like, oh, that's great. So what about the next one? I just keep checking score to see like where I was with regards to like where I started and where I was going, right? Like say if my goal was like my first 10K month, and say I was only at like 1,000 or 2,000 for the months for like a few in a row when I was starting out. And then it was like, why am I not there yet? These people are there. They make it look so easy. What's wrong with me? Like all of these compounding emotions, and it literally like derailed all of the progress, right? It's kind of like if I'm trying to climb a ladder to get to the 3rd floor using my arm strength and not my legs, you know, you're really working against yourself on that one, especially when you've got these arms. Like, I mean, I love them. I think they're pretty, but like, not exactly the Rock here, you know? Like I'd probably get to like somebody's balcony and have to put my leg up or something, which I can't use my legs. That was rule number 1, right? Anyway, yes, tingly parts, Diana. My tingly savings account. But, you know, if you're always rushing around and you don't stop to like truly feel the gratitude, feel the love, feel the abundance in you, feel like how great it is that all of this stuff is already coming and that all the things you want are coming there, then it's like, well, it's no wonder it took forever to hit that, you know? It's no wonder. And then just this month I had a 10K day. It was like a 10K cash day. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's how it works. And I thanked the Lord for that. Yeah. Anyway, so, but a lot of times when you're trying to move from living in this mode of being in the energy of need and needing and kind of like gripping onto money versus the energy of wanting more and allowing yourself to want more, because that's rule number 1. You've got to allow yourself to want more. You've got to allow yourself to go there first, right? And you've got to really accept the fact that you want more, and that's okay. That's enough of a reason, okay? It's enough of a reason just that you want more because you want it, and it's in your field of vision. You have a desire. Like if you're sitting there and you've never made like $50,000 in a year and you have a goal to be a millionaire, it would never be in your field of vision if it wasn't possible for you. And your only job is to align with it. And you align with it by increasing your personal power, by realizing what it would take to get there internally and becoming that person who makes it cancer, makes it get, wait, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I saw Amber's comment, I just want shit. I like nice shit. Yeah. That's fine. That's a good enough reason for me, you know, but you've got to like allow yourself to align those thoughts, those feelings, those behaviors, all that energy, like move the momentum, that money momentum towards your goal and become and hold bigger and bigger and bigger amounts of power and space for receiving to allow yourself to have more. And it's like a lot of the work that we do in the Big Money Vibes program and in the mastermind, right? Like that's all about abundance. And it's like amazing to see the progress, you know, when you start to really intentionally embody these new parts of you. Because it's hard work at first, you know, it feels uncomfortable. The first time somebody told me to like stay in the energy of my desire, I was like, God, that like gives me a headache. It sounds like a lot of work. Like, am I being lazy as fuck here or what? But no, I wasn't. It's just that I was overthinking things. I was just not allowing myself to. I'm just kind of like trying to control everything. Can you see the patterns that I fall into? I like to be transparent here, right? Like I'm not a robot, I'm a person. So you want to make sure all of your desires are a want, you know, because those higher income levels aren't necessarily needs. By that point, you've fulfilled all of your needs. Like if I make $50,000 in a month, that would pay my mortgage here in this house, math. That would be like a year and a half's worth of mortgage here. So I don't need that much every month, but I want it. I want it because it's going to allow greater and greater and greater things for us to experience, right? Isn't that the whole point? Okay, so your desires are already yours. You want to play with that energy. Allow yourself to plant the seeds of desire, to get super real with yourself about what it is you desire. How much do you desire, right? And for those of you guys, so drop me some hearts if like you're still working through choosing that you want it because you want it and that's enough, or if you need more. Well, this would like both answers. Okay. Just you can let me know. Or if like it helps for you to have a reason. Because for some people just decide that like, I want it because I want it. That's enough of a reason for me. I'm going to go forward. I've decided this is mine and I'm moving forward and that's it. Other people need to have a reason why, right? They need to have like a why that's connected to the amount of money that they want. So for instance, if you are at, bringing in $10,000 a month right now, and you want to move to $20,000 a month, and you're trying to figure out what the reason why would be, then sometimes if you need a reason why, like start to think like, what would this do for your family? And I said this to my mastermind earlier this week that, the coach that I'm working with, or one of them actually, always says like, you've got to have like a selfish and a selfless. Oh, hi, there's the other one. How are you doing? Selfish and a selfless reason why you want something. And what that means is if you need a reason behind what it is that you actually want, and you have a reason behind that, what your desires actually are, if that's going to help you move forward, if that's going to help you get the energy and get all of your power and your desire all inside of you and like really light you up and feel tingly all over, right? Then start to like list out, what will it do for your family? What will it do for you? What will it do for your community for you to make that much money in a month, right? What will it do? And in turn, selfishly, like, how will it benefit your life? Like, how will you be able to live a different way or experience something different? And then selflessly, what will that do for the clients that pay you, or the company that pays you, or the person that somehow gives you the money? You know what I mean? So start to really think about that, because I believe that there are specific manifestors in this world, and then there's non-specific manifestors. So some people don't really need to get that deep into that, and you might be one of them. But then also there are specific manifestors that really would like to be connected, like have a service behind their desire that's backing it up, so that you can fully get your energy behind these like crazy amazing goals that might not seem so logical, but they're 100% possible. Because if you see somebody out there that's already doing it, then that means that you can do it too, and that it's available for you too. And if you have a problem with like, or you find yourself often like comparing yourself or feeling like jealous or envious of people who've managed to make it look easy or bring success to them, I did a live stream on Friday. I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday, about that topic. And you can go back and watch that. But allow yourself to plant these seeds and think of it from a fun, playful energy of like, ooh, like, wouldn't it be nice if I had like such and such amount of money to go do this, like to go on this vacation, to take my kids to Atlantis for 5 days. Because I will tell you, if you're looking for like a great vacation, that would be a great one to do. And they have some pretty amazing deals right now, but that's besides the point. Anyway, like if I said that, or like I want to build up my savings, I want to have like $50,000 in my savings, I want to have like multiple six figures in like retirement accounts, like these are all amazing reasons why you want to, build up money and make a fuck ton of money in your life, right? So allow yourself to want it, get super real. And if you're having an issue with allowing yourself to want greater and greater and greater amounts of money, then you're going to have to do some inner work around that and see what is it underlying, like what is making you either afraid to make that amount of money or to hold that amount of money. Like, what are you afraid it's going to mean about you? And we're going to dive into that in my in Big Money Vibes too. We go really, really deep into that, as Angie and Amber can tell you. So let me know how you feel. How are you guys feeling after today's session? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you now with holding the energy and allowing yourself to say what you fucking want and go for it? Because we're going to build that momentum. Because over the next couple days, we're going to, where's my thing? We're going to talk more about getting in your power and staying in your power, and how your power bank is like your money bank. And then on day 3, we're going to talk, I'm going to help you understand what to do while you're in that weird waiting period. Oh my God. I almost said mating period. That's not what this series is about. That is not what the money momentum is not about, like paying for sex or anything like that. So the mating period, when you're in that weird mating period, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do on Wednesday. And it's Cinco de Mayo. What perfect day for a party in your pantalones. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is so good. Okay, cool. So over the next day, what I want you to do is to start to get connected with how desire feels in your body, okay? I want you to like really connect with how that desire feels in your body. That's illegal. I know it's illegal, you guys. I'm gonna have to tell my husband about this. He's gonna think it's hilarious. Okay. I need to, I'm gonna ground myself again. I'm like, la, 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 la. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. All right, because I covered everything. Yeah, because really, like, before you see it, touch it, taste it, feel it, smell it here in real life, you're going to have to know how it actually feels to have it. What does that desire feel like? Start to connect with what it feels like and how it feels in your body when you recognize something that you desire. And then to take it another step, you can start to imagine what would it feel like if you were like experiencing it in real life. If you were seeing it, smelling it, touching it, tasting it, hearing it, yeah. Start to get connected with that. That's extra credit between today and tomorrow. Like actually feeling the feelings of having it already. Because that's what starts to magnetize the things to you. But first, you've got to get connected with it. You've got to understand and admit that you want it and that you're making it non-negotiable and that you're going to go for it. So with that being said, I mentioned the Big Money Vibes program. We start on Monday. I'm so excited. This is a completely transformational program, you guys. I live for it. And we had such amazing results in the previous round. One woman increased her income by 10 times. Another woman blew past her goal by $5,000. I think it was like 4 or 5, like her goal was 5 and she hit 9. Another manifested, I think $25,000. Actually, I think it turned out to be $35,000. And like 25,000 by the first 2 weeks, like crazy results, you guys. But this is, the thing is though, it's not about like one time manifesting. This is the process that I teach you, that I do myself, that took me from my, I was making like $1,000 to $2,000 in my business and literally did the process that I take you through. And then like the next month, with some other energy things that you'll learn as well, that I learned from Lindsay. Damn, I don't know, Lindsay, if you're still on here. That was, what was he saying? It was like a $13,000 a month the next month, like crazy. This is what elevates you. It elevates you into a new way of thinking, like completely rewiring, so that you go, when you want to go right, you go right, and you go right to your goal. You don't fuck around anymore. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, well, Amber, that's the thing. The whole process is about bringing in more and more from as many ways as you can. Like unexpected money is so great. Like I love unexpected money because half the time you're just like, holy shit, where'd that come from? That's amazing. There you are. No fucking around. I'm here. No fucking around. 100% zero fucks highway. So yeah, Amber said I didn't manifest one lump sum, but I raised my income. Yep, almost double consistently since then. Yes. So this is a process that literally changes the way you think. And as long as you align with what you identify with in this course, you will consistently, and embody this, you will consistently reach your goals over and over and over and over again. Plus, it's a 4-week program and it starts on Monday, but we also go like super into, creating from possibility and creating from a space where it's like, where like limits don't exist, and where you can truly start to reshape what your reality actually is with money and feel better about it, not be like all anxiety ridden and everything around like looking at your bills. Because I know I used to be the same way. I'd look at my credit card and I was like, fuck, how are we ever gonna pay that? But then now it's like not a problem at all. It's crazy. So this program, like I said, starts on Monday. For all of you guys who are watching on these live streams, for a limited time, it's only going to be $555, and you can do 2 payments of $300. But this offer is only good till Wednesday. So if you want to get in and you're feeling the pull, I suggest doing it now, because this is the lowest price it's ever going to be. But plus, you'll lock yourself in, and the universe likes commitment. Your power loves commitment. So this would be a great power move for you. So Angie says, I missed a masterclass and money coming in every day. I had so many offers to participate in things that are leading me to bigger things. Yes, seriously, Angie blew it out of the water. And like I said, this sort of work and the things we covered today, it's not just about making money. This is about changing your life, changing what you receive, changing what your standards are, changing your boundaries around the fucking shitty thoughts that you're allowing yourself to think, and, like elevating into a new person that thinks and acts and believes at a completely different level. And when you're able to do that, the people around you notice, and the people around you become better and better people as a result. And I know the ladies who are in the class can attest to that, because I get stories all the time about how, like their husbands are starting to get on board, and all sorts of amazing, like crazy things like that. Like, husbands are stubborn as fuck sometimes, right? Like, mine is a beautiful human being, but he'll tell you he's very stubborn, but he's come around too. So anyway, all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow at 5 and Wednesday at 5. So thank you guys so much for hopping on today. I'm so excited. I can't believe day 1's already done. And you can DM me if you want the link to join the Big Money Vibes program that starts on Monday. It's going to be so much fun, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks a million for choosing to push play on another episode of the Manifestation Queen podcast. You truly amaze me, and if this episode blew your mind, then please leave a 5-star rating and a quick review on iTunes so more people like you can become manifestation queens too. See you next time.